I cannot even deal. So anyways, guys, he would pop up and he would apologize, and eventually he managed to sweet talk me. As usual, he managed to sweet talk me, and yeah, I basically carried on speaking to Dan. Yeah, we were in communication pretty much, you know, a couple. And like I said, every time Dan would ring me, sometimes there would be like kids in the background. I'm thinking, but you don't have kids at your house. Like, you have a younger sister, but she's not a baby, so why is there a lot of noise? Like, there were certain things that I couldn't understand. And then I would hear like a woman in the background, but then he would say that's his mom, and I'll be like, oh, okay, like and a guy can use any excuse, like, oh, my cousins are visiting, oh, that's my niece and nephews, like, you know. So yeah, that's what would happen. So now, like I said, me and Dan used to have like weird like we used to communicate, like our pattern of communication was very, very strange. It wasn't so straightforward, because we're all trying to, like, you know, duck, hide kind of thing. Yeah, like everything was basically being done in secret. I was doing in secret on my side because my mom knew that this boy wasn't good for me, and I wasn't supposed to be speaking to him, and he was doing it on his side secretly because he knew was whoring. This Petronella woman that he was basically in a relationship with, this older cougar person that he was in a relationship with, we'll call her Mama Petronella. So anyway, oh, actually we'll call her Gogo Petronella, it's even better. Anyways, Gogo Petronella must have found out that I was talking to her man, basically, but he basically told me that he wasn't talking to her. So yeah, I had no clue that I was talking to Gogo Petronella's man. So guys, for you guys that don't know what Gogo means, in Shona it means grandma. Nan. So yeah, Gogo Petronella found out, and for some reason she must have gone through his phone. So one of these occasions that Gogo Petronella was going through his phone, she must have found my number or something. So she I believe at first she messaged me on WhatsApp, but I wasn't gonna communicate with somebody that I didn't know. She did that thing. I feel like if you know that your man is cheating on you, like, I don't understand why women like to come to each other as women. Like, if your man is cheating on you, like, deal with your dog. Like, he's the one that's messing around, pissing on your floors, shitting everywhere. Go and deal with your dog. Like, go and deal with him. Do not ever come to another woman and try to make her understand or convince her that you guys are so in love and that you should leave. That woman is the one who should leave your man alone. No, your man should not be doing what he should be doing, and you should always go face your man. Do not go and, you know, do the easiest thing to do, which is you don't want to confront your man because you don't know what your man is going to say to you. So you think it's better off trying to scare off the other woman instead of confronting your man. So yeah, I definitely do not agree with all that I come to you as a woman bullshit. You come to me as a woman for what? Relationship. I would say 90% of the time men are the ones who go after women. In a whoring situation or in a situation where you're being cheated on, most likely 9 times out of 10 it's your man that has gone out of his way to go and find another person. It's not that person that has gone after your man. So let's get that clear. Gogo, me and you are basically in a sister-wife relationship. Like, I'm not gonna be your way out of you having an actual conversation with your man. And I'm thinking, no, you can't even come. I'm not even, at the time, like, I was old enough to be her little sister. So woman to woman, I was still a girl, yeah. Me and you can't even have a woman to woman conversation because, like, I don't understand. The woman had way more experience than me. To me, this was like my first boyfriend, and you've had 2 kids, you've been married, and you've now decided you wanted a toy boy. She basically rang me off his phone, and then she was kind of like, excuse me, please do not talk to my boyfriend. I'm like, who is this? And then she was like, you don't need to know who this is, but I found out that my boyfriend has been traveling to Leicester and spending time with you, and that's the reason he's not spending time at home, and he's busy doing this, that and the other, and he's not really putting 100% into my relationship with him. So please, I would really appreciate it if you stop talking to my boyfriend. And I was like, listen, honey boo boo, like I'm not involved with you and your toy boy situation. However, I feel like this is a domestic issue. So I now did not know that his situation at home had sort of like, it was very tense. So now anytime he wanted to go out, the Gogo Petronella would come out with him, but he never said that. So I feel like this night he must have been like, okay, I'm going out, and she said that she was basically coming too. Yeah guys, she said that she was gonna go with him to the club. So anyways, I get there, and I remember this was back when I had hair, guys. I was looking hella cute. Like, I had like, you know when you put like rollers in your hair and your hair's all curly and then you pin it up into like a little Mohican style. I was wearing like a white boob tube dress. Like, I was just looking so cute, guys. I was looking nice in it. Basically get in the club now, and I'm here, you know, vibe. Guys, mum didn't end up coming into the club because mum is not that way inclined. Mum just was like, okay, I'm gonna come for safety reasons and to just make sure that you guys are okay. So I'm basically just gonna stay, kind of like, she basically stayed in the car, and we had another person that was in the club chaperoning us, but mum just stayed in the car. So basically what happened now, we get into the club and then we are dancing, and then he must have noticed me. So from the moment he noticed me, like, he basically kind of like, now, like I said to you, this was supposed to be a secret. He wasn't allowed to show that, you know, I basically was supposed to still pretend that I'm not talking to him. He was like, but for some reason he forgot the plan literally and was like around me like a bad smell, like he just couldn't leave. And basically he was trying to talk to me, and I'm thinking like, I can't talk to you. So I'm here acting stashy, like, why are you trying to talk to me? Oh my god, go away, you have a girlfriend. Like, you know, acting like, yeah, I was basically that girl trying to basically act like, why are you here kind of thing, when I'm like, yeah, I know you're here, but this wasn't the plan, so can we please like stick to the plan? So he basically was not sticking to the plan, and he didn't let me know that Gogo Petronella was in the club as well. So I was here just like, okay, don't chat to me. Next thing you know, guys, Gogo Petronella comes over, and she basically, the way she like literally stormed from where she was coming over in my direction and where he was, and then she came, looked at me up and down and who the people I was with. Then she started beefing him, they started fighting. So then I was like, rah, that's her, that's Gogo Petronella. So yeah, I basically realized that Gogo was also in the club with him. So now I'm vexed because I'm thinking, why are you in the club with her? Like, so it's true, you guys actually have a thing and you guys are together. Why are you two in the club together? So I'm vexed, but I can't really show that I'm vexed. But now these two are having an argument. So I'm trying to see like, okay, how are you going to slide out of this one? So you basically linked up both the people that you're talking to, Gogo Petronella and me and him. Now we all met and we're all in the club, and these two were now fighting. So, you know, the music is loud. Gogo Petronella is now like, hey, oh my god, why are you doing here? You just come here to embarrass me, talking to these little girls, blah blah blah, this, that and the other. Here, and then she basically threw him like a £10 note for his taxi home. This is what I don't understand, right? If, okay, I'm having an argument with my man because he's talking to someone else in the club, he's whoring, right? He's being a hoe to my face and disrespecting me and literally pretending like I'm not there. How am I going to be thinking about how you're gonna get home in that like moment? Like that was the stupidest thing, because I'm thinking, how are you gonna throw him a £10 note to make sure that he gets home okay? So yeah, she gave him cab fare, basically didn't give him, she threw his cab fare, and she basically left the club now. And I basically carried on doing what I was doing. But I was still pissed off because I'm thinking, so that day I found out that it was like, it was actually true. I actually kind of deep that, yeah, like these two have a thing because of the situation that had just happened, and it was actually quite deep. So, and why would you do such a thing? Like, I just don't get it. Like, you embarrassed yourself, you embarrassed me, and like, we're both now looking like two idiots. Before you knew it, Gogo Petronella came back, and like, I mean, she came back and she was charged. Like, she was like out for war. Like, she was vexed. Because I think like she walked out like, okay, let me go home and maybe he's going to follow me. But she walked out and he didn't follow her. He stayed in the club trying to chat me up. So she was vexed, and she basically decided to take her anger out on the people that were around. So basically what happened, I don't know if she thought like, she basically for some reason decided to start a fight. Now in this fight, of course, you know, Coco was there and this chaperone was there, and Coco, of course, like in any fight, will always defend me. Like, she will always defend me. She's not gonna let someone talk to me like I'm a mag, and vice versa. So she basically came at me, like, she basically tried to come at Coco first, and I was like, nah, you ain't gonna do that, B. Then she literally went like, anyways, I wasn't coming after you. I was actually meant to go for her. So she basically started an argument, and in the midst of this argument, like, she's saying what she's saying, I'm like saying what I'm saying, and people are just like literally trying to break this whole thing up, this argument. Like, so before you know it, Gogo Petronella picked up a Budweiser, like a Budweiser bottle, like a bottle of alcohol basically, and she basically hit me. She hit me in the face with a bottle, guys. So yeah, that's what happened. Gogo Petronella hit me in the face with a bottle. Now, bear in mind, I was wearing white. I was literally like, at first, like, I can't tell you guys like what it literally felt like to be hit in the face by a bottle. Like, and I remember just literally closing my eyes. Blood was gushing, like, blood was literally gushing down. My white dress was now red from the blood, and I couldn't see. My eyes were shut, and I remember Coco was screaming. And you know, Coco is one of those people, she's very, very calm, but it looked like a horror movie scene. Like, it was just bad because there was blood all over my face. My nose was just, my eye, I couldn't see. My whole dress was drenched in blood. Like, it was the worst situation that you could ever think of. And me, like I've always said, I'm one of those people, like, I will always defend myself. So in this situation, guys, I was so pissed, and I literally lost it. I lost all control. I lost, like, I basically blacked out. You know, you get to that point, like, where I don't know if this has ever happened to anyone, but I got to that point where I was so angry, and I was so hurt, I was so disappointed. Like, I was just like, okay, like, what did I just do? Why did I put myself in this situation? Like, how could he put me in this situation to where his cougar would come and hit me in the face with a bottle? Like, people, like it was just one of those reactions that was just, I wasn't expecting it. Like, no one was expecting for her to do that. So anyway, she hits me in the face now, and then she sees like the situation. It was pretty bad because like the music in the club stopped, the lights came on, police, ambulance, like, it was mad. Like, everyone was screaming because it literally looked that bad. So from then on, everyone's trying to be like, okay, Mercy, kind of, let's go to the toilet kind of thing. I hear in the background this woman literally saying that I don't care if she dies, like I will kill her, no one is ever gonna take Dan away from me, like I will kill anyone, I would get arrested, I would go to jail for this man, I love him that much, no one can take him away from me. Like and at this point, like I said, I blacked out, and when I black out with anger, like I lose, like nothing in my world makes sense. Like I also get angry to the point where I'm like, listen, it's on, I'm gonna fuck you up. So that's how I felt, and I heard this woman talking, and I just basically, I charged, guys. When I told you I charged, like I was just like everyone, like I didn't care, my face was mashed up, I did not care that I was losing so much blood, I was getting like dizzy, and it was just a whole bad situation. And everyone was like, put her down, let her lay down, like she needs to lay down, because like everyone was just, it was just really, really bad. But this time I'm still charging. Everyone takes me to the toilet now. As I'm walking, everyone's literally like everyone was shocked. It's as if like the world stopped for a second for everyone to just look at how mashed up my face was and how scary I looked, and I was in like a pretty bad condition. So then this woman now, they take me to the toilet, and then the ambulance was outside, so I was basically taken from the toilet to the toilet, and I was taken outside. So whilst I was outside now, whilst I was outside, Coco must have ran to mum at the club, and Coco was crying. She was like, oh my god. Apparently Coco went to mum, and she was like crying, hysterical, and she was like, Mercy. Coco said to mum, Mercy doesn't have a nose. Apparently Coco must have gone to mum crying, and she basically told mum what happened, and mum obviously was in a panic, like, the fuck? So Coco told mum that I didn't have a nose anymore. So then when mum saw me, mum said that she was so like shocked, and everyone was like laying me down, trying to like cover me up and all of that. So I'm gonna tell you one thing about me. Sometimes I get to a point where I'm so angry, like I black out, like I've said to you, and the only ever person that can bring me back from that and bring me back to life and talk to me and let my anger, like the only person that can truly calm me down is mum. So mum is like speaking to me like, Mercy, you need to calm down, like stop. Like I start like like literally, like I start breathing so heavily, my eyes are bloodshot red, and nothing in my mind makes sense. I start repeating the same stuff. Like I was so angry. So mum's here trying to calm me down. It's like, Mercy, I know you're angry right now, I know you are in shock and you've lost a lot of blood, like you need to calm down, you stop being angry, like literally mum's trying to calm me down, she's trying to bring me back to earth. So I'm here like and I'm like, okay, like literally I couldn't breathe, I couldn't speak, I must have been just shaking my head and literally thinking, like, in my mind I really just wanted to fuck up a bitch. Like I wanted to get her, I'm not gonna lie, I really wanted to mash her up. Like I'm like, I'm gonna mash you up the same way you mash me up. So you think that you're gonna come and you're gonna basically, like you could have like punched me or something, but you're gonna hit me like with a bottle or like what? Like I don't understand people that pick up things and try, like pick up objects and try to like hurt other people with them. Like you're trying to harm me, like you're trying to kill me, you're practically a murderer. Like why would you do that? Like it doesn't make sense. So she's here like, mum's trying to calm me down, and then down the street I look ahead now, I see Gogo Petronella and I see Dirty Dan walking together. I'm like, nigga, you did not just get my face fucked up, now you're walking around with this woman. What do I do now? I literally, guys, when I tell you, I turned into Usain Bolt and I literally ran that sprint in less than a second to go and attack Gogo Petronella. However, everyone saw me try, like mum wasn't even expecting it. Mum literally was talking to me once again, like I've gone the next, and she was just like, Mercy, Mercy, stop it, Mercy. And I was here like, I couldn't hear anything, I was blacked out. In my mind, it was literally see, and I basically charged to basically go beat up Gogo Petronella. However, everyone managed to, yeah. That was Dirty Dan part 3 from the Fuck Boys and Finesse series. So if you like my videos, please do not forget to of course give them a thumbs up, leave your comments down below, and of course subscribe to this channel I love you guys, and thank you so much for the support.